check your current visibility. And how do you improve? Well, my name is Aline, and today I'm going to talk about the importance of having a school website and social media presence. We're all familiar with platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Did you know that there are over 4.4 billion people using social media? According to researcher Statista.com, Facebook is the most popular among mothers surveyed. If your school doesn't have a website and social media presence, you're missing out on potential students and parents who want to learn more about their education options. In this video, we'll talk about why schools should create and maintain an online presence, how to quickly evaluate your current online visibility, and tips for improvement. Let's get started. Hi, welcome to our channel. If you are new to our channel, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you're aware when we upload new content. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. If you're a private or international school looking to increase enrollment, then you've come to the right place because we're in the business of increasing enrollment and we know how important it is for schools to have an online presence. This channel is dedicated to helping schools get their message out there by sharing digital best practices and SEO strategies. Let's get started. Discuss why should schools create and maintain an online presence. The first reason is for community and culture. When optimized visibility extends a school's outreach efforts to a larger audience. The second reason, having a website and social media presence is really the best way to provide information about your school's curriculum and culture. It also allows parents to see what a day at your school looks like, which can be helpful when deciding whether they want to actually enroll their child there. Parents can research the school and compare different programs, tuition rates, and also courses and class offerings. Another reason is it increases revenue. If you don't have students enrolled in your school's not making money. It also typically results in more employment, so you're employing more people. Last but not least, convenience. Families can research schools from the comfort of their home, which is really ideal for parents with hectic schedules. In addition, the students may apply or enroll more easily online, which is an advantage for busy families. So those are the reasons why schools should create and maintain an online presence. How do you evaluate your online visibility? I'm going to share my screen with you. First, you want to check Google for indexing keywords. Indexing is when Google sees your pages, recognizes them, and they're placed on the internet. That means Google has gone through your website and says, okay, let me put this up here for people to see. We're going to use as an example, a private school in Atlanta, Woodward Academy. So we're going to check for indexing. What you want to do is type in site, then your domain. So woodward.edu and then enter. So that's site, and then your domain name. No spaces at all. And then press enter. What you should see is your pages of your website. If you know that you've published pages on your website, then they should be here. If there's a page missing, then that means that Google has not seen that page and recognized that page as valuable information to present to its audience. If you have a website and you just publish that website, you have to give it a little time. Google will crawl it and then publish it. If you publish it today, then you may not see it indexed for a couple days or maybe a week. It may not show up in the search. But if your website has been up for a while, then you want to go ahead and check and see that all of the pages are actually showing up on Google. Because if somebody does a search, they can't be presented with your website and your information if it's not there. Next, you want to do a Google search. I'm going to type the keywords private school in Atlanta. Private school in Atlanta. Now, as a parent, I would be searching for a private school in Atlanta if I'm looking to enroll my child. So you have to think a way that your parents would think if they're searching. At the top is a paid ad. People are paying for this real estate. This is digital real estate. They're paying for these locations because they know when somebody searches for a private school in Atlanta, they want to show up first and get their school presented to that parent right away and get them enrolled. This is called the map pack. You want to appear in these top 3. Nobody goes here to view all and goes down and says, let me check out number 4, 5, or 6. They always stop at 1, 2, or 3. And our human mind tells us if this appears as number 1, this must be the best private school in Atlanta, when it's just a rating game. If you could win this top spot, people will think that your school is number 1 and click on your school and check out your school. You want to get in the 1, 2, or 3 spot, right? You also want to appear on the first page. Let's look for Woodward Academy. Woodward Academy does appear on the first page when I do a search for a private school in Atlanta. However, they're almost close to the bottom. That means they could be bumped to the second page. Nobody goes to the second page when they're searching. So you want to make sure that you keep your website updated. Most of the time, people are not going to scroll past this map pack. If they see this map pack or anything up here, that's where they're going to stop. We can also do private high school. Private high school in Atlanta. Let's see where Woodward Academy shows up. Woodward Academy is not on the first page, so they're not optimized for the first page. We talked about keywords and indexing. You want to make sure that you are actually being found for those keywords that people will search. Oh, something else. How much do private schools cost in Atlanta? These questions are what people are searching for. So you want to include those in your website or your blog in order to make sure that you're capturing these keywords if you are a private school in Atlanta, because these are the words that people are using when they're searching for private schools. Google will serve you up to that individual doing that search. Another thing that we talked about Facebook and how Facebook is a social media platform that a lot of people are using. It's the most used. So let's go to Facebook. When we go to Facebook, people don't normally think, oh, let me find a school on Facebook. But Facebook is a huge networking space for families to find out information, get reviews, talk to people, to find schools. I'm going to type in this search, private school in Atlanta, and let's see what comes up. When we do a search, just like we did in the Google search engine, Woodward Academy is not here. The top 3, Atlanta First Day School, the Life School, and Primrose School of Grant Park. That's because their Facebook pages are optimized for the keywords that people are going to search for. Let's look at private high school in Atlanta. For private high school in Atlanta, nothing comes up in the search. If I was looking for a private high school in Atlanta, then I would start dialoguing with some people about the schools that I'm looking for. So if I'm out of town and I'm moving to Atlanta, that's exactly what I would do. The same thing works for Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and the other socials. So that's just a little bit of information I wanted to share with you on how to quickly check your visibility. So find out what pages are actually being indexed in Google. So that'll let you know whether you need to do some work on your website. Also, do a Google search or go to the search engines in Facebook, Instagram. When you go to Instagram, you want to do a hashtag, or you can do just a generic search. Make sure that you're using those keywords that prospective parent would use in order to find your school if they don't have any idea about the area, they don't know anything about the schools, so they're looking for information. Do that for your school and leave a comment and let me know what you found out when you did that. Next thing, some tips for things that you can do in order to make sure that your website is showing up in front of your ideal students and parents is you want to check out your competition. It's okay. It's fine to check out your competition. They're online, so it's an open domain. So I'm going to share my screen with you and I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to be checking on. All right, so we're back to the map pack. And first of all, you want to check and see what keywords you're actually searching for. For this particular keyword search, we used private school in Atlanta. So for private school in Atlanta, now remember, we don't want to pay attention to the ad. We just want to know what's ranking organically in the map pack. Again, Westminster Schools actually is ranking. And if you have a Google Maps listing, then you want to compare your Google Maps listing to the Google Maps listing of Westminster Schools. You want to take a closer look at what they're doing. We're going to click on their listing. Now, we can dig deeper into their listing. You want to look and see they have all this information filled out and they have photos. You want to have that many photos. They need to be organic photos. The more organic they are, the better. You also want to check out their reviews. They have 40 some odd reviews. They have a description. You want to make sure the reviews are good. You want to make sure that you check all those things. Look at your Google Maps profile. Look at their Google Maps profile. And you want to make sure that you are meeting or exceeding what theirs is. So here they have 40 reviews. And there are some things that you can do to make sure that your families are giving you reviews. Whatever your systems are, utilize those systems to get some reviews from your families. You also want to maybe take a look at their website. Pay close attention to what they have on their website. If they have information, think about what parents are going to be looking for. Parents are looking for programs, the culture of the school. Sports is really important to parents when they're looking for different things for their students. You want to check their website and compare the website to yours and see, okay, what are some of the things that I can tweak and add to my website that would be comparable to whatever they have on their website. Now, one thing that I will tell you is that I noticed that they're in the map pack, but they're not in the organic listing. So that's another topic for another day. I'm not going to go into that right here. However, it is important to make sure that your website is optimized as well. The next thing we're going to do is we also want to check the competition on social media. So we want to go to the social media platform and we're going to do, again, private school in Atlanta. And we're going to see what comes up. And what says this is number one with 233 people liking it, but it still appeared as number one. We're going to click on their social media profile and we're going to see what they have on their profile, because there's something here that's making them show up, right? So you want to look at their description. They may have some keywords in here. Look at their social media posts, how often they post, and see they're not really posting that much. So imagine if you posted every day. If you had a post in there every day, you would probably go for it. You do want to check out your competition, see how your competition is faring, and you want to do that on all social media platforms. So If you go to Instagram, if you go to YouTube, Twitter, you want to make sure that you are doing something that is comparable to whatever the lead competition is doing. You want to meet or exceed whatever they're doing. Thank you so much for your attention. In this video, we talked about why schools should create and maintain an online presence, how to quickly evaluate your current visibility, and some tips for improving your online visibility. Hopefully all of these were helpful. Please drop a comment in the chat if you have any other suggestion. If there are some things that you're doing that's allowing you to be visible, please share them in the comments. Go to our social media platforms. Make sure that you reach out. Continue your process of making your school shine. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.